Hey guys, welcome to episode number 77 of OG Toys. I'm OG. Now, today we're going to continue our look at the Hero Factory Savage Planet customs I've made. And I took a couple of my favorite characters. We got Rocka, Stinger, Furno, and Nex. And we just amped them up a bit. This is like a super deluxe version, if you will. You know, the ones that came in the packaging and the canisters, they're pretty cool. They had some cool elements, but I just wanted to upgrade them and make them a little bigger, add some more weapons and armor attachments to them, and just make them my unique versions of these really cool looking characters. And that's the awesome thing about Lego. Lego really inspires you to use your imagination and just do what you want, build whatever you want, and that's an awesome characteristic that these Hero Factory figures have. So, let's take a look at the red guy, Mr. Furno, who's been around since the very first Hero Factory series that came out years ago. And he was the rookie, and man, this is a definite far step from what he originally looked like in that first series. Now, in the Savage Planet series, he did have this amazing mask, and it's such a great detailed mask, and I'll show you it here. Let me pop it off. Really cool eagle hawk mask. Has a lot of cool details on it. You can see here. It's just a shame that Lego doesn't put a bit more paint applications into their figures. It would be great to see like a black wash painted on this. You could probably do it yourself, or even a detail marker from like a Gundam marker from the Gundam model sets, but would like to see Lego do something like that. That's pretty cool. And for the figure, just a couple modifications is all I really did. The figure is actually pretty nice on his own. I kept these jetpack wings, and unfortunately I don't have any sort of wings. If I ever see Lego produce something like a dragon again or something cool with wings, I will so buy like 2 or 3 of them just to get some extra wings on some of my custom guys. I love characters that have wings, and especially with the hawk motif, it's killer. So what I've really added on to this guy is, of course, the height and the extension in the legs. A couple of these flaming pieces here, I kind of perceive them to be like feathers, if you will, and it just perfectly goes into the color scheme. Same with this thing here. I really wouldn't say this is fire. This came off of, I think, Nitro Blast, I believe, was the character. And it just looks cool, like armored feather plating on his arm. And of course, a bow and arrow here. Oh, more of a bow, I guess. And I just love this weapon. This is from Firelord, actually, which is, of course, from the original Furno figure. Yeah, this awesome fire blade. And that's really it. Added, just a couple extra little things here and there. Did add this foot. This is an old style foot. This came from Nitro Blast 2. I pretty much gutted that figure. I didn't really like him too much. And added it on. And all you have to do, it's so easy, just use one of these standard little pegs, and I'm sure Lego collectors have millions of these things kicking around. Just took one of these pegs, popped it in to the top peg on this foot. Okay. You go into this section here, and I just plug it right into this top part. Just clip it in, and there you go. His back is totally covered and has a cool looking motif onto that. This looks really neat. So, if you'd like, I'll strip this guy down. Now, what I didn't do, is give him the claw hands. Now, I didn't give him the claw hands because he's more of a, in my opinion, a character that will have some weapons, and when he's flying down from the sky, he's gonna nail you with his bow or whatever, and this cool looking fire blade. So I didn't swap him out. Kept those because I just thought they'd look cool. And actually, they look pretty darn awesome. So, again, I'll take off some of his body armor, and I can show you what we did for the chest and legs and all that kind of stuff. So, really simple design. This one I took a different kind of step on it. Instead of using, the grays and the black connecting pieces, I pretty much went with black for the legs. And again, we got these pieces here with a little bracket around the ball joint right there. another one, but this is a longer version. Hopefully you guys maybe have a couple of these. This is a longer version. It doesn't have the total closed up area here. It does have a little extension onto that ball joint, just to give them a bit more height. And then I grab these little small ones, which I sometimes use for the head, or you know, these are cool little pieces here, just to give them that little bit different, unique body. Because I don't want these guys to all look the exact same. So I just think, you know, what's the point if they're all the exact same body mold? No one's the exact same. We're all unique creatures, unique individuals, and so I made these guys the same way. Now for the arms, just pop these off. Again, I pretty much took the exact same design. The other characters have a simple ball socket. Again, use the gray tone for this. I just liked the extra little friction and a little tightness in the arms because he has all the extra weapons and armor and stuff. But that's it. Whoops. So we can just pop that back on. And basically, for the head, all I did is use that extended ball jointed section here and just plopped it onto his head. And that's it. I mean, without it, you're going to have the same issue. In fact, a quite big issue for me. So let's imagine you put this on. You don't want to use this head and this head extension. Give me one sec, guys. There we go. Pop that off. Now, it does look cool. Okay, I really like the way they use these designed heads, and especially the yellow. The yellow just stands out really well. But, as you can see, the head articulation is super hindered. Holy moly, this thing is ridiculous, trying to get these things off these huge wings. That's another thing. The head is difficult to move around anyways. But, as you can see, head articulation is a lot left to be desired here. You know, you can barely move left to right, and that's it. Just doesn't work out too well, in my opinion. So, adding that extra bit of height does give him the clearance that he needs. In robot form, without his mask or with, and as you can see, there you go. You know, it definitely gives him more height, more articulation, and especially for this guy, he has like a hunched over look. I think it looks kind of cool. Let's put this guy's armor back on. Now, if you're wondering about these, I'm sorry, I should have probably explained this to you. Really simple connection. All of the armor pieces have these two little sockets up here. Mostly anything with these little plugs will fit in, no problem. Even those cool little tiny wrenches, I've done some custom work with that too, and it looks really neat. But these pieces are just fantastic. They look like fire, of course. They're meant to be fire, but they use them. I use them as feathers, feathered armor, and it just really suits this character perfectly. And we can build them up. There you go. A simple little modification really does this figure justice. You can get him into some pretty cool poses, especially if you're going to have him flying. I like the extra range of motion that you can put into his head because of that little extra joint. And you can see here, you know, he's got a great range of movement, and he looks really cool as this dive bomb character coming down and doing some serious damage to your armies. Pretty cool looking character to begin with. I thought he was one of the cooler designed Savage Planet figures, but this extra little design work I popped in, extra little bit of articulation and armor, I think just pushes this over the top, and man, it just looks cool. There you go, guys. That is your customized Savage Planet Furno figure. Pretty easy to do too. So hopefully I'll see some more of your customs out there. Hopefully this maybe inspired you a little bit to make some more. But there you go, guys. Thanks for watching. Rate, comment, subscribe. We got more reviews coming up.